I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me.
I'm honored, and I'm also more honored that because, you know, what we're talking about is so important and so meaningful, that we're able to have this much anticipation, and so many people want to go see it and are talking about it. Like, that's what I'm grateful for.
Hollywood loves a fairy tale adaptation, but sometimes those on-screen dreams hide backstage nightmares. It Ends With Us, the highly anticipated movie based on Colleen Hoover's beloved novel, was supposed to be a cinematic triumph. Instead, it's become a legal battleground, pitting star Blake Lively against director Justin Baldoni in a scandal that's rocking the industry. Accusations are flying, lawsuits have been launched, and just when you thought you knew the story, a surprising twist emerged. A chorus of A-list celebrities are publicly defending Baldoni. Was Blake Lively truly sidelined and creatively stifled, or is there a hidden side to this Hollywood drama? We're diving deep into the It Ends With Us controversy to uncover the shocking truth behind the headlines and explore why some of Hollywood's biggest names are taking sides in this escalating feud.
It's based on a beautiful, really important book, and it's about a young woman named Lily who confronts the generational cycles in her life and breaks them and ends the circle. And I hope people find it inspiring, and yet also, you know, it's a film about a heavy topic. It's about domestic violence.
Initially, the It Ends With Us project was pure Hollywood gold, adapting Colleen Hoover's tearjerker novel with Blake Lively, a bona fide star, in the lead, and Justin Baldoni, known for his sensitive directing, at the helm. Fans were ecstatic, but the dream quickly soured. Out of nowhere, news broke of a major rift, then the bombshell. Blake Lively was taking legal action against Baldoni. Her accusations painted a picture of creative conflict and control. Lively claimed she'd been pushed aside in crucial decisions, forced into comedic scenes, and high fashion styling that clashed with the novel's heart. She alleged, like her voice was ignored, the very essence of the story betrayed. But Baldoni fired back, hard. He insisted Lively had been a key collaborator, fully on board with the direction of the film, and that her sudden about-face was not only false, but actively damaging his reputation and the movie itself. The gloves came off, and Baldoni slapped back with a staggering $400 million defamation lawsuit, setting the stage for a brutal and very public Hollywood showdown.
I was testing for a show that ended up actually getting picked up and doing very well, and I was one of two people maybe, and then I get a call from my managers and my agent. They were both on the line, which means it's something serious. Either you got the job or there's something wrong. And they said, so you were the choice, but the network said that your eyebrows would be too distracting.
Oh, what?
Oh no.
And then they went like, so what can we do about your eyebrows?
Just when the narrative seemed set, Lively's accusations versus Baldoni's denial, the story took a dramatic and unexpected turn. Whispers started circulating, not just about legal documents and conflicting accounts, but about something far more surprising, a wave of support for Justin Baldoni from within Hollywood itself. As rumors of missing evidence and extreme legal consequences swirled, a chorus of voices began to rise in Baldoni's defense. It wasn't just anonymous sources or studio PR spin, these were names. Recognizable, respected celebrities stepping into the fray. 10 well-known figures, from award-winning actresses to chart-topping singers, either publicly voiced their support for Baldoni or made their opinions known privately to industry insiders. This wasn't a coordinated PR campaign, it appeared to be a genuine, organic groundswell. But who were these defenders, and why were they so willing to publicly align themselves with Baldoni amidst such a heated and controversial legal battle? Their emergence threw a wrench into the established narrative, instantly adding layers of complexity and forcing everyone to question. Was Blake Lively's version of events the whole truth, or was there a crucial piece of the puzzle missing?
She said, just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
were you reading romance novels?
And I had never read a romance novel.
Never?
And she said, just trust me, read it. So I read it, and by the end of the book, I couldn't even read the text on the page because I was crying so much. My wife was in bed next to me, and she's, you know, I got snot coming out of my nose.
Leading the charge of celebrity support were two actresses known for their authenticity and grounded perspectives, Gina Rodriguez and Chrissy Metz. Gina Rodriguez, beloved for her role in Jane the Virgin, had a direct professional connection to Baldoni, having been directed by him in a notable episode of the show. When asked about the swirling "It Ends With Us" rumors during an interview, Rodriguez didn't hesitate. She praised Baldoni's consistent respect for the source material in all his projects, subtly suggesting that he would never prioritize commercial appeal over a story's emotional core. The implication was clear: if comedic or high-fashion elements felt forced, they likely originated elsewhere or were, at the very least, a more collaborative decision than Lively was portraying. Rodriguez's calm yet pointed endorsement sparked immediate online debate, with fans dissecting every word for clues. Joining Rodriguez in this early wave of support was Chrissy Metz, famous for her emotionally resonant role in This Is Us. Metz's connection to Baldoni was through shared charitable work, highlighting a different facet of his character: his philanthropic side. While Metz didn't directly address the Lively controversy publicly, she posted a cryptic social media message about kindness and truth guiding discussions of creative differences. More significantly, insiders whispered that Metz privately told friends Baldoni was one of the most transparent and conscientious people she'd encountered in Hollywood, emphasizing his integrity and thoughtfulness. Neither Rodriguez nor Metz launched outright attacks on Lively, but their carefully chosen words and implied support for Baldoni's character began to subtly chip away at the narrative that he was solely responsible for the alleged creative missteps, suggesting a more nuanced and potentially collaborative reality.
A lot of it's my real life clothes or my husband's clothes or my girlfriend Gigi's clothes. I was borrowing some.
Wait, that's kind of amazing. So you have something of Gigi's in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which
except
one?
it's just,
Now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
And tons of like Bodhi, which is with the suit now that I'm wearing is Bodhi. It was meant for my husband, but I borrowed it.
His suit?
It was meant for him to wear, but it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
The wave of support for Baldoni didn't stop with Rodriguez and Metz. It broadened to include even more influential voices, like Academy Award winner Hilary Swank and comedy powerhouse Mindy Kaling. Hilary Swank, a two-time Oscar recipient, brought a different kind of weight to the defense. While she hadn't worked directly with Baldoni on film projects, their paths crossed in the world of philanthropy, specifically around social justice causes. Insiders within those circles revealed that Swank was reportedly dismayed by the portrayal of Baldoni as controlling or dismissive of creative input. Though Swank herself didn't issue a public statement, word quietly spread that she had commented Baldoni always fosters an environment of inclusivity based on what she'd heard from colleagues who had worked under his direction. This indirect endorsement, coming from someone of Swank's stature and known for her own advocacy for female empowerment, carried significant weight, subtly undermining the image of Baldoni as a director who stifled female voices. Adding another layer to the growing defense was Mindy Kaling, celebrated for her comedic brilliance in shows like The Office and The Mindy Project. Kaling and Baldoni shared a friendly public rapport, often exchanging lighthearted banter on social media and expressing mutual admiration for each other's work. When questioned about the "It Ends With Us" controversy at a red carpet event, Kaling didn't shy away from offering her perspective. She praised Baldoni's talent for balancing humor and heart, suggesting that any comedic elements in the film were likely a collaborative effort. Crucially, she added that Baldoni had consistently championed women's stories throughout his career, making the idea that he would force comedic ideas onto an unwilling lead actor feel inconsistent with the person she has seen. Kaling's defense wasn't a direct condemnation of Lively, but it was a powerful testament to Baldoni's character and creative approach, further solidifying the emerging narrative that perhaps there was more to the story than Lively's initial accusations revealed.
It's a bit of a tough adjustment in our house, but it's good. I mean, I have two other daughters, so my oldest is very into the baby, but my middle child, not so much. But we're thinking of keeping her.
Does she like play with her? What does she think?
Well, she sort of like pretends to play with her. So like in the beginning, our oldest is like loving on her, and she's like very maternal, and then our middle daughter is just keeps away from her.
The defense of Justin Baldoni continued to gather momentum, drawing in voices from different corners of the entertainment world. Next to step, albeit more subtly at first, was singer and actress Selena Gomez. While Gomez and Baldoni hadn't collaborated directly on a major project, they moved within overlapping social social circles in Hollywood. According to anonymous insiders, Gomez was particularly troubled by suggestions that Blake Lively had been completely blindsided by comedic rewrites in the film. Drawing on her own extensive experience as a major star in the industry, Gomez reportedly commented that major creative choices in a film adaptation rarely happen without the lead actor's input, especially someone with Lively's star power. To Gomez, it seemed implausible that comedic or fashion decisions would be forced upon Lively without her knowledge or consent. While Gomez didn't publicly name Lively or the "It Ends With Us" controversy directly, her general remarks about the collaborative nature of filmmaking surfaced shortly after the rumors of Lively's dissatisfaction began to spread, leading many to interpret them as a clear, if indirect, defense of Baldoni's version of events. In contrast to Gomez's more nuanced approach, actor and musician Jordan Fischer offered a more direct and forceful endorsement of Baldoni. Having worked alongside Baldoni on separate projects, Fischer had consistently praised Baldoni's professionalism and sense of fairness. When directly asked in an interview about the tension on the "It Ends With Us" set, Fischer didn't mince words. He stated unequivocally that Baldoni is someone who would rather talk things out for hours than let even a small problem fester. This directly contradicted allegations that Lively felt systematically undermined and ignored. Fischer concluded by suggesting that if comedic or high fashion elements were indeed introduced, it was probably due to a creative consensus rather than a unilateral decision by Baldoni. Jordan Fischer's statement resonated strongly with fans, who viewed him as an amicable and trustworthy figure, further bolstering the perception that Baldoni was being unfairly portrayed in Lively's accusations.
I mean, honestly, the way that I get into a character is through their style. So it was more about who Lily is that was so fascinating to me, is that she's a walking, talking contradiction, yet it's perfectly harmonious for her.
The final surge of celebrity support for Justin Baldoni came from a diverse group, each adding their unique voice to the growing chorus. First, there was Auli Cravalho, the voice of Disney's Moana. While Cravalho had no direct professional ties to either Lively or Baldoni in film, she had encountered Baldoni at a benefit concert. When asked about the escalating legal drama, Cravalho admitted she found it hard to believe that someone as open-hearted as Baldoni would disregard a star's creative input. She described him not just as a collaborator, but as someone who actively listens and adapts to others' ideas, emphasizing his receptive and considerate nature. Cravalho's endorsement, though brief and delivered in a fundraiser setting, added a fresh perspective, that of someone newer to the industry but still discerning about Hollywood reputations. Baldoni's established connections to philanthropic work also brought in an unexpected ally, singer-songwriter Shawn Mendes. Mendes, known for his charity involvement alongside Baldoni, wasn't directly involved in film production, but had formed a friendship based on shared values. As rumors intensified that Lively might be twisting facts, Mendes posted a supportive message to Baldoni on social media, calling him one of the real ones in Hollywood and praising his dedication to honest storytelling. Mendes didn't explicitly mention Lively, but the timing was unmistakable. He was publicly aligning himself with Baldoni precisely when the director's integrity was under the fiercest scrutiny. Adding a more direct challenge to Lively's narrative was Camila Cabello. During a live Q&A with fans, Cabello was directly asked about the rumors of Baldoni forcing comedic changes on Lively. Cabello responded that she had never known Baldoni to be manipulative, and that in her interactions, he had always made an effort to uplift the voices of everyone involved. She further implied that a star of Lively's stature would not be easily sidelined, suggesting a lack of credibility in the idea that Lively was powerless in the situation. While somewhat speculative, Cabello's comments contributed to the mounting sense that Lively's public portrayal of events was incomplete. Finally, actress and activist Sophia Bush, known for her outspokenness on ethical conduct in Hollywood, added her voice. Reports emerged that Bush had privately reached out to Baldoni to offer emotional support after the lawsuit became public. During a public appearance focused on women in film, Bush made a more general but pointed statement mentioning that one person's story can't always be taken at face value when we know how complicated big productions can be. Many interpreted this as a subtle allusion to Lively's claims, emphasizing the need for nuance and multiple perspectives in complex Hollywood disagreements. Bush's reputation for advocating for women's voices made her call for reserving judgment particularly impactful, indirectly strengthening Baldoni's position that a fuller picture would vindicate him. This final wave of support solidified the perception that Baldoni was not standing alone. A significant segment of Hollywood was questioning Lively's narrative and rallying to his defense. The combined weight of these 10 celebrity voices has undeniably shifted the public narrative surrounding It Ends With Us. While Blake Lively's initial accusations painted Justin Baldoni as a controlling director disregarding her creative input, the chorus of support has presented a starkly different picture. One of a collaborative, respectful filmmaker whose character and methods are being publicly defended by a diverse and influential group within Hollywood. Lively, of course, continues to stand by her claims, and Baldoni's $400 million defamation lawsuit remains a serious threat. Rumors persist of unseen evidence, text messages, meeting logs, that could further undermine Lively's account and potentially lead to significant legal repercussions for her, though legal experts caution against sensationalized predictions of extreme outcomes. At its core, this Hollywood saga boils down to fundamental questions about creative control, honesty, and the carefully constructed public images of stars and directors. It Ends With Us, a story intended to explore profound emotional journeys, has ironically become a cautionary tale itself, a stark reminder of the complexities and potential pitfalls of high-stakes, star-studded collaborations in the digital age. The film's future hangs in the balance, its release date uncertain, its promotional campaign stalled. Will more evidence emerge to definitively tip the scales? Will Lively publicly respond to the growing chorus defending Baldoni? And can It Ends With Us, the movie, ever recover from the shadow of It Ends With Us, the scandal? For now, movie enthusiasts and industry watchers alike are left in suspense, pondering whether truth and resolution can emerge from this tangled web of accusations, celebrity endorsements, and legal maneuvering. One thing is clear, this Hollywood clash is far from over, and the final act is still unwritten.